I'm here with my boy Evan. He's from the GEB, just like Chris, whose episode probably released like probably a few days before this one. So I'm here with Evan. Evan, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I just got a lot of school stuff done, so like that's all off my plate. So like I'm just
Yeah.
chilling now, and I can like carry on with my week and do this interview. I've had like a ton of interviews in a row this week, which has been just hectic. So.
Yeah, I heard you just did one with Chris.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You'll probably hear that one coming up soon, actually, like this weekend. So I mean, I start off everything with this question. Have you been like self-isolating at all? Or like
Oh, of
quarantining?
course. Of course.
Yeah.
I haven't really left my house unless I'm going to work. Because I do work two jobs. So
Where
um
do you work like are you essential? Well, essential.
um I am a prep cook
Mm-hmm.
at a small Italian restaurant in my area, and
Ah.
I also am a cashier at my local supermarket. So
Oh, wow. Supermarket must be crazy.
actually no, I mean it can,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's only around like 2 to 3 p.m. is where it's really hectic. But
Yeah,
really
oh, you go.
it just gets kind of boring in the mornings. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
not very many people that come in.
I have family down in Australia. And they went to the supermarket for the first time. We've been ordering everything here in my house as much as we possibly can, but like also, that's kind of hard. So we do go out occasionally. But like my uncle went to the supermarket and there was a line. Like they were doing it like in shifts of people. Like we're only 10, like only like 5 to 10 people could even be in the grocery store at the same time.
Oh yeah, well, it's not actually that. People think there's only going to be 5 to 10 people in there, but actually there's a store capacity. It's normally around 250 to 300.
Wow.
Um, so that'll count staff, and they'll actually bring more customers in while they're feeding more out. And you actually have to like count it and stuff because we use iPads and we have two people that are out there dedicated to like one's watching people come in and counting that, and then the other people are watching them come out.
That job would take so much focus.
Not really, honestly. I mean, it's again, you really just sit there for 8 hours and watch people walk in.
Oh,
It's
I have some pretty epic ADD. So
oh
I'm
yeah,
I'm kind of all over the place. So I don't know if I'd be able to with an iPad in my hand just be able to like keep clicking and watching people come in. But like you said, it's not super hectic. So I mean, except for 2 to 3. But you know, yeah. So quarantine. I mean, are you a big movies or TV show guy or what's that?
um, no, I play a lot of video games and I make TikToks a lot.
I
Um,
know your TikTok today with the it was like the chain one, and you're like, I'm not allowed within 50 feet of a playground.
yeah.
I showed that to my mom because she was like, who are you having on the podcast today? So I just pulled up your most recent video. And she was like, is he actually like a pedophile? Like, is he actually not allowed 15 feet within a school? And I was like, no, mom. But it was, dude, that video actually really made me laugh. I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for those type of jokes. But what video games?
I play a lot of CS:GO.
Mm,
Um, I'm currently yesterday I found a TikTok. Got sent to one of my group chats,
mm-hmm,
and it was a guy with like 40K, and he made a video about he bought a Minecraft server that can hold 40 people, right?
mm-hmm.
And so like there's like 30 people that are on this server, but consistently there was only like 11 people playing last night, and we made a Discord call. It was the one that I was just in, and we beat the Ender Dragon last night. We started from scratch. We built a town,
Wow.
and we beat the Ender Dragon. We grinded for like 14 hours yesterday after
Oh
I
my
got home from
God.
work.
That sounds epic.
Oh, it was really nice.
Dude, that sounds nice.
I
I
had
can just
really,
get lost playing Minecraft.
oh yeah, you definitely can. But we were very objective based.
Yeah.
After the first like 5 hours, we got really objective based because there was this one guy that started griefing our whole town because that was basically the main objective
Hmm.
was to make a town.
Yeah.
But the guy started griefing, burning down all the houses when we were mining. So we just decided, hey, the guy that actually hosts the server, his name's Velfro on TikTok. Um, we were like, Velfro's not going to be on to ban this guy for like 6 more hours. So why don't we just grind the game, get as much loot as we can, and just do that? And we did, and we played all night until like 7 a.m. this morning.
God damn, I mean, that's awesome, bro. That's really awesome. That sounds so nice. Like, some of my best memories, and this sounds so cheesy, are just playing Minecraft with the boys, man.
Oh yeah, man. You get the best memories, like especially because I only knew one of these people when
That's
I went.
crazy.
And
For real?
I've made yeah, I only knew this one girl and she wasn't even on for most of the night. I only knew this one girl from actually another TikTok group chat.
Mhm.
Um but no, I made friends with like 6 or 7 actual competent people that were actually with us the whole time in our Discord that were actually like grinded with us. We have full diamond enchants on everything, even our armor. We went
That-
hard in that game.
Was there anyone who's, I mean, besides, like, obviously you stayed on the whole time, but was there anyone who was on, like, the whole time? Like,
Oh
never
yeah.
got up?
There was like 7 or 8 people that were on from 3 p.m. to like 7 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, we just took breaks to eat. That's about it.
How long, though?
None of us were gone for more than 20 minutes.
Minecraft, I'm going to say it again, it's the best. And it's the music. Every time I play that game, it's the music, man.
Oh, of course, it's so drawing.
Oh
Like
my God, so peaceful.
exactly, man. You got to think about like game mechanics over graphics, and the music definitely makes it too. But like hands down to Notch, he did an amazing job because people like Rockstar focus too much on graphics
Mhm.
when you need to have actual game mechanics that make it interesting and lively for the actual player.
Yeah,
So,
like GTA, I felt like was really good. And then I feel like what Red Dead was, and not that this is a bad thing, it was almost like a GTA reskin, but you're a cowboy and it has better graphics and a bigger world. I was like, that's a cool idea. I mean, it's not obviously you're one character the whole time except for at the very end, but I don't know. Have you played LA Noir?
I actually am not.
LA Noir is a Rockstar game, and you're actually the cops in that game. So every rule you break, every time like you go too fast or drive like you're in a GTA game, you like actually get fined and stuff at the end of whatever case you're solving for how much damage you do to the city, or something
That
that happens, like you're really vulnerable, you have pretty bad guns, like it's
that would be
really
pretty
more based
interesting.
on the interrogations and the conversations and the questions you ask, and it's very
And,
interesting.
no, I like open world games, but like what you're saying, that would actually be very interesting to me.
Yeah,
Like to actually
no,
have to follow the rules instead of break them.
that's
That's
yeah, that's what drew me to the game actually. Is actually they just had to follow the rules.
now does it have like the same graphics as like most Rockstar games, like a large world, free
Pretty much,
space?
it takes place in the 50s though, which is a really cool like aesthetic for the game,
Oh,
and like
that would
makes
be
all the
nice.
characters pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have like Xbox? I think it's on Xbox. Do you play Xbox or PS4? It's probably, or
Um,
PC.
I play PC.
All right, so LA Noir I think is either really really discounted or free most places, so you shouldn't have a hard time finding it. Um, I don't know where you get your games, but it's a really. Have you ever played the Fallout series?
I have,
You have. What's your
yeah.
favorite game out of that series?
Oh my gosh, definitely 3.
New Vegas is my personal favorite.
New Vegas. See, I
I
actually never played New Vegas.
dude, New Vegas was fun. 4 is a
Um,
close second for me though. I liked 4.
I mean, 3 was really just like I started with 2 and it was like kind of bad in my
Yeah,
opinion, but then I got 3. I was like, okay, this is actually pretty nice.
I liked 3 better than 2. But it probably goes New Vegas, Fallout 4, Fallout 3.
Fallout 4, I just felt like the storyline was really hard to follow. So I just
Oh
didn't
no,
really
yeah, for sure. I thought it was hard to follow, but I also thought I appreciate and respect how much effort goes into creating a world where
oh
really
that large, yeah.
yeah, and like everything you say can change the final outcome. Every decision you make could
Oh yeah.
actually, yeah.
Have you have you ever heard? Oh, sorry for cutting you off, but have you heard of the Walking Dead series?
Mm. Is that the Telltale one?
Yes.
Yes, I actually have heard of that. They also made a Batman one, right?
I believe so. I don't quote me on that.
The only thing I ever played from Telltale, and I still own it, and I could actually pop it in my Xbox right now, is the Minecraft story mode.
Oh, really? I never actually played Minecraft Story Mode. I see it on Netflix, and I'm kind of bored, so I might
It's
actually
on
play that on
Netflix?
Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
The full story? I got
Yeah.
you got the first 3 episodes. So listen to this. It was such a scam. The DVD, like the game itself, was $20, like Minecraft. And you got the first 3 episodes free with it, and then the rest of them you had to pay for.
Yeah, you get the first three, I think, on Netflix, but I don't think you can't purchase the other ones.
Yeah, it's
You just
just
have to play through them. So I know my brother did it.
that's interesting. I might have to go check it out though, for sure, because I never got to finish it. So
I
I don't
heard
know.
it wasn't too great, but I mean,
It wasn't terrible. It did make Minecraft just like this. Like I hate how things do this. Like the Lego Movie did this. It like almost glamorizes it in a certain way.
well,
It just makes
yeah,
everything look a lot cooler than it actually is. And it's like
well,
then you're
that's what attracts people to Minecraft. It's the basicness. It's the normality of everything.
exactly. It's not the like you start off in a fully developed society. If you're gonna do a Minecraft lore, it should be based around like a guy who has to literally build a whole world with just what's around him.
You don't start with three friends and end up already with a lot of materials in the beginning. It it just kind of ruined. It would kind of ruin, in my opinion, the whole Minecraft gist.
Yeah, and also what makes Minecraft cool is almost that it has no lore, if that makes sense.
Oh no, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's really
like
not much to follow, and it makes it really easy to like play.
yeah, it has there's such a lack of lore, but there's also so much potential for lore there. Like there's zombies and all these kind of crazy creatures, and you have the end and the nether, and you have all this and Hero Brine and iron golems and the villagers who for some reason look different than you and they can't speak the same language. Like there's so much potential for lore there, but we're never gonna know what it really is.
Exactly.
And that's what
I
makes
think
it so cool, is because you get to decide what each thing means.
yeah, it's an open canvas. It's just an open canvas with a little bit of obstacles to make it a little more interesting. Just think. Some people love playing creative mode, and those are basically the builders. But like I'm a survival player. Like I couldn't just sit and creative all day. I like to mine. I like to
Dude,
actually have my own society formed from what I want to do with it.
and also from everything you gather. Like you
Yeah,
don't like have the spawn eggs where you can spawn wolves. No, you got to go find them. And if you lose your way back to your
exactly.
house, you're kind of screwed. That's what keeps
Yeah.
it exciting. And for me, when I was younger, I was totally a creative player. Like
Oh,
that was
me too.
all I did. And I would like literally go around with a bucket of lava, just pouring lava on trees with my friends. And we thought it was the funniest thing ever. Built this big house. But now, like, when I came back to the game, when it started becoming a meme
Popular
again,
again.
yeah, like kind of like it became a meme. And so I was like, oh, I'll play it and like, I mean, joke about how I played it. And then I'm like, nah, this is actually really fun. I think I'm going to keep
Oh
playing.
yeah. Minecraft, I think, has one of the best revivals out of any game I've ever played.
I've
From going
never seen a
coming
game make
back.
a comeback like that.
Exactly. And you can honestly, in my opinion, you can thank the YouTube community for that.
The
Because
YouTube community, yes. And
if you didn't
PewDiePie.
have
Well,
yeah, yeah, honestly,
PewDiePie, I
PewDiePie
feel
too.
like, yeah.
You
I
didn't have
mean,
PewDiePie and like the hardcore like players still like Captain Sparkles who still plays it and it's been what, 10 years?
yeah,
He
I
still
can't
plays it
believe,
every
dude.
day.
Like, the greatest part for me when I came back to Minecraft is I went to go check in on all my old favorite YouTubers, like
Oh
just to see
yeah,
how they're doing.
I still think it's awesome, and especially, you can also thank Call Me Carson and his
Mhm.
SMP Live that really revitalized the game. I think that's one of the key factors that made it big again.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Sucks what's happening to him now, though. It's just
Actually, he's back. He
No, I saw the video, but it's still just like a bad situation in my opinion.
oh yeah.
Yeah. I know he's back, but like it still can't be easy. Um, but so yeah, I mean, I could talk about Minecraft for literal days, like hours. So, would you say Minecraft's your favorite game of all time?
Of all time, I mean, no. I'm gonna have to give that to Black Ops 2. But
Mm,
honestly, I do play a lot of first person shooters, and I believe those are like some of my favorite games of all time, like CS:GO. I don't think I've ever put more like focus into a game. Like, of course, I have like most playing time on a game I've ever had was Black Ops 3. I have 40 days playing time on that game, and I did it in like 3 months. It's
mhm.
just disgusting. But I was 15 years old. I had nothing better to do. Um, but CS:GO is definitely my favorite game at this moment.
Really?
Of course, yeah, 100%.
Hmm, that's interesting. I mean,
It's very skill based, unlike like Call of Duty, where you can just walk in and be decent at it. You have to actually practice and practice to be good at CS:GO.
oh, I mean, that is a good point. That is a good point. I'm not someone who's super like skilled at like I want to be good at shooting video games. I want to be good at Call of Duty Warzone with my friends. I'm just not. I don't think I'm ever gonna be good at them. Like mine, if I stick to Minecraft and those like campaign based games, I'll be good. Like those are the games I like anyways. But like I'm just not good at. I don't think I'll ever be good at shooting games personally.
Yeah, it's difficult, honestly. Like I've been playing CS:GO for 3 years, and I'm not even close to the highest rank I could be. Like I'm so there's a ranking system, right? You play competitive matches with people your rank, and you rank up by gaining elo points, which is basically like levels. It's like experience in Minecraft, but every
Mm.
time you lose a game, you lose a little bit, and every time you win a game, you win a little bit, and you can actually D rank if you lose too much. So I'm in the mid range. I'm like 3/4 the way to the highest rank, but I'm not close to there. The skill gap just it's logarithmic.
Bro, I bet if you like, I know you said before this because I was asking you if you wanted to plug anything. You said you stream on Mixer like once a month. I mean, if you actually like committed like to streaming and like wanted to stream, I bet you could. You know, like I mean, you have a TikTok audience and everything. I bet you could.
Yeah, what I normally do if I do stream on Mixer, which is occasionally, I mean, it's more than once a month, but it's never like daily. It's like at least it's once or twice a month, yeah, normally.
Yeah.
But I get like 400 people on my TikTok lives, and I'll just put that on a tripod on the other side of my room or on the other side of my desk. I'll say, "Hey, join the Mixer," and then the people that want to actually like join the chat and talk to me will actually go to my Mixer because they won't be able to see. I won't be looking at the chat on my phone.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's really smart. I like this is gonna sound so nerdy, but I have Animal Crossing.
oh, dude, I would love to play Animal Crossing.
It's so soothing, dude. It's so soothing. Although my villagers are kind of ugly, but it's a really soothing. I got some of the ugliest villagers, dude. One moved out though, so I'm pretty happy
Good.
about that. But like I want to stream that on Twitch. Like I was gonna do this whole big Animal Crossing like thing for the month when it came out, but I couldn't figure out how to like stream
Yeah.
it.
How would you stream that from a Switch?
I don't. I've seen people stream Animal Crossing. I just don't know how they do it.
I mean, I guess you'd have to like technically, I guess you could connect it to your monitor and then have your PC run OBS.
Yeah, I mean, it'd have to be something like that. I mean, I also have like what I was thinking is I do it where somehow I get the game feed onto the computer. I don't know how I do that. Um,
Um, you'd
but
have
I
to have
also know, huh?
you'd have to have like a cable, like a VGA to USB-C or something like that.
Well, the thing is, maybe you could stream through a Switch, and I'm saying maybe because it does have internet capabilities. So I
I don't
could,
think that it could run that. I honestly just don't think.
I might actually look it up, and I'll send you a link like afterwards. But
All right.
I'm kind of curious to know if you even Well, I know you can, but I want to know how difficult it is. Because you're probably right. I don't really know a ton about streaming, so.
I'm gonna have to say, just because like I've tried to stream on my laptop before and it didn't work.
Hmm.
And I have a pretty decent laptop and it just can't handle streaming. So I'm like my high end PC still has trouble if I'm actually like playing an intense game, like a high frame rate game. If I were to stream like PUBG, my
Hmm.
computer wouldn't be able to handle it. And I have like pretty nice iBuy desktop. So
Dang. I mean, I've streamed from my Xbox before, and streamed from my PS4.
well your Xbox actually is like it's one of the most high end things you can get. It's a better computer than what you have. It's just a different platform,
Yeah.
honestly. Um, they people hate on like consoles, but they don't realize that just because it doesn't have a computer and mouse doesn't mean it's not a strong like console. Like honestly, it outperforms any PC really, unless you have like a $5,000 custom.
I never understood why people like PC games more than like just PC gaming more than console. I've never understood that.
I mean, I really don't either. I mean, a lot of games are PC exclusive because you do actually need more buttons than what you can have on a controller.
So like
So
CS:GO is obviously PC exclusive.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I have like 45 keys that I use for CS:GO on a
That's
consistent
okay,
basis.
that's crazy. How do your fingers move that fast?
Um,
I can barely
well,
manage all the buttons on a remote.
I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Hmm.
F3, F4, F2, escape, the tilde, tab, caps, shift, space, WASD, QERT, FG, C, Z, and then three buttons on my mouse. And that's what I use for like movement and stuff. And then I use both mouse sides, scroll wheel,
That's
and a
awesome.
couple buttons for like miscellaneous stuff.
I'm just impressed that you can just pull it off. So
Muscle memory. It's definitely really difficult to do if you don't know where the keys are, but you definitely learn them if you play like 2 3 hours. You'll start to learn where they are.
like repetition. Like at first, was it hard?
Yeah, it was really hard. Like I made my first account in 2017 on CS:GO, and I was the lowest rank. I literally only played it for fun, but I started to rank up because I started to actually like get better. I was training on my aim, my game sense, things like that, learning angles on maps that other people wouldn't normally check. And I started to get a lot more serious into it. So I'd start like practicing everything.
Yeah.
Some days, like honestly, like last summer, I think last summer or 2 years ago was like the hardest I've ever played video games. And I would literally sit there for like 8 hours, 9 hours a day during the summer and just play CSGO.
Hmm.
It was actually really disgusting, but now that I look back on it, because I can't even like sit down and play video games for more than like 5 6 hours unless I'm really dedicated.
Like Minecraft last night.
Yeah, like
And even
that was
then, you still
dedicated.
got food and stuff.
Yeah, I got up and walked around a few times, but
Yeah. I mean, I doubt anyone can really truly like. I mean, I bet there's one person, but I doubt most people can go that long. You know?
oh yeah, I completely get that.
Yeah.
I guarantee there's people like that. My brother could definitely do that. I feel like he could definitely sit there for like 9 10 hours and just play video games.
Well, like
I think it's
without a bathroom break.
without a out of bathroom break, probably not. But I mean, like just sit there and not just it's just mind rotting. You need to have like I think
Substance.
as you're getting older, I think your mind strays away from that because you're a lot more focused on other mundane tasks that you have to complete like every day.
Hmm.
Like I'm a lot more focused on my schoolwork because I'm trying to get like an academic scholarship.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, like I've started kind of having to focus up more on my schoolwork too. Like just
but
because I've had to start focusing more on my schoolwork too. It's been Yeah, it's been, like just you just gotta. My dad always says you gotta get the things you have to get done before you can get the things you want to get done.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, like of course I want to go play whatever game I want to go play. Animal Crossing. I want to go do whatever, but you know, in order to do that, I gotta get the stuff I have to get done first, right?
Yeah, that's like I could tie that into like something that everybody knows, the tortoise and a hare.
Hmm.
You have the race. That's something that the hare needed to complete, but he decided he wanted to complete a nap beforehand, and he lost. You see, like you fall behind on your things that you need to do if you're focusing too hard on what you want to do.
Hmm.
That's not to say you shouldn't do what you want to do, but
No, I get what you're saying.
you have to have priorities.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta. I no. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of stumbling over my words a little bit. Um, so I mean, we talked about the Minecraft music earlier and like how that can just really draw you in. So what's some of your you know, favorite what's your favorite type of music? Yeah.
I listen to a
Question.
lot of lo-fi. I listen to a lot of lo-fi and a lot of rap. Not like hard rap, but I mean like 2 years ago, I really started like listening to like XXX Tentacion a lot, and
Me too.
like I'm kind of I don't know why, because the music is like the beats and the sounds of the music's not that great, but like the lyrics mean something, unlike a lot of these
And it's
other
really
like.
you can hear the emotion in his
Oh
voice.
yeah, definitely.
And as cheesy as that sounds,
No, because his music was real. It's talking about his own personal problems and what he went through. Like
exactly.
Jocelyn Floor is about his best friend and the girl that he fell in love with killing herself in his hotel room. How can you make a song about that and expect it not to have emotion in it?
And that song
And
is possibly
one of my favorite
the
songs.
most beautiful song.
Like you can literally hear him like crying, just like
Yeah.
in like inside, just saying those
And
words. And it's like,
there's so much more with that. Like, I mean,
oh my gosh, yes, he has
girlfriend told
three
me.
albums out. Three albums out of him pouring his heart out. And that's like I think that's what made him popular because he actually started to take his anger. He made rap angry, but he also had a delicate side that he really showed off too. And
He gave rap emotion. He didn't
exactly.
just make it angry, he didn't
He
disturb
brought
the genre. He just gave it emotion.
he has his own full subcategory in my mind because rap is just how hard can I be, how tough can I be, and rhyme. But he really just he
Yeah.
brought it to a new level.
And like no offense to Juice World and Little Peep and all those people, but
I listen to them too, but I mean
they're
X is just
great,
on
but
a
I feel
completely
like
different
X,
level.
he either revolutionized it or he somehow started that wave of I don't know who like chronologically has been making those types of songs longer, but either he revolutionized it or you guys have all been following his example. That's I mean, he's he's great.
Oh well, yeah, Juice World. I mean, back to Lil Peep.
Lil Peep might have been before
But
X.
Lil Peep was more. He was more of a grunge, angry all the time. But like he was more monotone. You
Yeah.
didn't really feel his emotions like you did with X.
That's definitely true.
And Juice World, he has a whole song about X when he died.
Yeah.
He talked about he showed his DMs with him about how he was his biggest inspiration. He actually got him to go to the studio for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad both of them died so young. It
Lil
really
Peep
is.
too.
I mean, as cheap, like a lot of people made a lot of jokes about both of those deaths when they
I
happened,
did too.
and
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, and I mean it's kind of hard not to when like you're a part of that meme gamer community, and that's what everyone's joking about, and everyone
I,
thinks it's really funny, and you kind of like you never really heard of either of the rappers before, so you're like, you know.
I mean, I definitely listened to their music before they died.
Well, I knew of Juice World, like X, like
I
I
listened to
really
his
wasn't.
music
Yeah. I
All
only
right, you
knew
finish. You
X
finish.
from Look at Me when he died.
Oh, I just like honestly, I just started listening to his music. It was like 2 weeks before he died. I was literally I can remember exactly where I was when I was told he died. I
That
was
must have
sitting
been
at work.
crazy for you, like just starting to listening
Yeah, I
to
was
music.
really confused. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke when uh Juice
Kobe?
World died too.
Oh.
Um,
Juice World I didn't think was a joke because like OD, like that happens a lot. And at
well,
least
yeah,
the
but
first report I saw said he had OD'd on something, and I was like, okay, I mean, this could be a joke, but at the same time, like, it's not unrealistic that this
well,
possibly happened.
yes, but I saw it. I only saw it from TMZ, and TMZ has a really bad track record of lying about people dying. Like they had Arnold Schwarzenegger said that he died like 3 years ago, but he didn't,
Yeah, and like,
obviously.
so that's why when they said Kobe died, and they were the only one who said it for like
Yeah,
there was like a solid 10 minutes where they were the only people who had reported on it, and everyone was like, is
oh
this
yeah,
true, is this not true? And I remember I was at the movie theater. I told my friend I was going to the bathroom, and I waited until in the bathroom until I had confirmation if Kobe Bryant was alive or dead.
I was sitting on my couch. It was my mom's birthday. We were just sitting on the couch watching a movie, and she's like, "Hey, Kobe Bryant died, and his daughter too." I was like, "You're kidding, right?"
Oh, dude, I was slowly finding out as it was happening. It was terrible. Like, I found out Kobe died, and then about 2 hours later, I got a notification saying his daughter was also in the helicopter with him or something. Like, I mean, like, I didn't even figure out the daughter died till after. And that was just, oh my God.
Rest in peace to everybody we're talking about. They were
Yeah,
all
dude.
they
I
had
mean,
their
this
problems,
is
but
so
they were good
depressing,
people.
but, they did some, I mean, they did some good things, they did some bad things.
All of them did.
All of them did. But if you
Even
don't do
Kobe had
good
his
things and bad
scandals, but
things, are you human?
honestly, that's a moral dilemma when it comes to should I feel bad? And of
Bro,
course,
I
you're gonna
will.
feel bad, but you also
Me,
have that joking matter.
Chris and I talked about philosophy so much. If you want to like get into philosophy right now, I am so down.
Yeah,
Like,
shoot, you're the one asking questions. I'll follow what you talk.
all right, so like, have you ever heard of Stoicism?
No, I haven't.
Maybe did for some reason do you pronounce it Stoicism?
Yes.
It's like that thing where it's like, I'm gonna use all the tools around me to be the best person I can
Yeah.
possibly be and make no
Yeah. Yeah.
excuses. Yeah, so my dad's been studying Stoicism in my house, and like he's kind of been getting me to read about it. I know I call it Stoicism. Everyone like he sends me all these lectures from the 80s and stuff, and I've been watching those, and like some of what they say is kind of interesting, especially about like the king. Have you ever heard of forgetting his name right now? Aurelius?
Aurelius,
Aurelius?
I haven't. No.
Aurelius. Um, he was this king, but he just like, and he had access to everything he could, all the women, all the money, everything, and he just lived a normal life and tried and helped other people as much as he possibly could.
Well,
He
that's
was just a good
that's
guy.
that's the main goal. I think that's like I think Stoicism really like ties in with philanthropy
Yeah.
because like if you see what like the most modern day philanthropists are doing, like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, they're really just like they're using their fortune. Well, of course, they're going to keep a lot of it, obviously, because
Mhm.
they earned that. But they're putting millions upon billions of dollars into the community to
Yeah,
help.
there is something to be said for like I feel like I see a lot of times, oh, why did blank billionaire only donate $100 million instead of his
Yeah,
whole
like
entire net worth or
yeah,
half of
like
his net worth?
When Mark Zuckerberg only quotes gave $25 million to the COVID research. Like, excuse me, that's 25 million more dollars than any of you guys are going to give.
I mean, like, yeah, I get it. He has more money. You know, have more, give more, I guess is kind of a philosophy, but like he also did earn that money and he still does have a family, and also usually net worths that you search up on the internet are not super accurate. Like some of what you're reading might not be his actual
Oh
Net
well,
worth and could be
Forbes.
more about like what the company's making, not really about what he's making.
Oh yeah, no. Net worth takes in your personal income, and it also takes in the entire worth of the percentage in the stock of your company. So
Yeah.
that's
So
so say Mark Zuckerberg owns 80% of Facebook. So roughly that's around $80 billion, which he's worth about $81 billion, I think, as of now. So I mean,
I
pretty
mean,
close.
yeah. I mean, so he's got $81 billion, but I mean, personally, that means he's only really made $1 billion besides the stock in his company, you know?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's only made $1 billion
I mean, that's still an insane amount of
personally.
money, though.
Personally,
I mean, to make
Uh,
$1 billion regardless is like, even personally, non personally, I don't care. To make $1 billion is pretty freaking insane.
well, of
Yeah,
course, man. Some people in their lifetime won't even see like a hundredth of that, and it's sad that people are working that hard just to get
I know.
terrible pay. And
Because there are
like,
a lot of people who probably did work as hard as Mark. Like, there's so many people who do work as hard as a lot of these people who are getting, who
it's
are
luck.
becoming successful, but they just aren't, you know,
It's
the,
it's when
yeah,
it's when that skill and the luck meets is when you get very successful.
yeah. Like Bill Gates, I,
That
like
they're masterminds. They're masterminds. But if they didn't play their cards the way they did and they didn't have that luck factor, then they wouldn't be who they are.
if you altered one decision about anyone's life, I'm someone who through comic books, I've loved comic books for a long time, but through that I've gotten really interested in just the concept of what does a
One
decision
decision.
mean? Yeah, exactly. Like the
And that
multiverse,
goes
time travel, all that
that
stuff.
goes right back to the Fallout thing. One decision can change your entire outcome.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the butterfly effect, butterfly flaps.
100%.
Yeah, it's so is that I've never understood that suit. Like, is that like true? Like, if a butterfly really does flap its wings in a certain, is that
I think it's a metaphor about the
yeah,
smallest change. It's a metaphor saying that if like the smallest change actually were to happen, then everything would be completely altered. And I completely believe that. I think about that a lot, honestly. Um,
hmm
I believe that if say, hey, I fight with my friend, and if I didn't fight with my friend, we'll go back and oh, actually, I'll bring in my own personal take on it. Okay.
hmm
Um, okay, so this is pretty deep. Okay, so I was dating this girl we were about 11 months in, right? I'm completely in love with this girl, right?
yeah,
She's in love with me, right?
yeah,
But I as a joke, I was flirting with this girl, right?
hmm
Just as a joke.
yeah,
And um I got my phone taken away, right? By my mom for arguing with her. And I
hmm
called my girlfriend on the landline. I was like, "Hey, can you keep my streaks?" She was like, "Yeah," because we had like a 1,000 day streak where I'm not going to lose my streaks. That's stupid.
hmm
But she did it, and like day 3 of me not having my phone, I get a call of her just crying to me and flipping out, like,
Really?
"Who's this girl? Who's this girl? Why are you flirting with her?" I'm like,
Oh my
it
god.
was a joke, but she didn't believe me that it was a joke. So it kind of just created this whole drama storm. That's what I'm saying. Like, even that, if I didn't flirt with that girl, obviously that's a big decision. But if I didn't fight with my mom, then she would have never knew about it, and this wouldn't have happened.
And maybe you'd still be with that girl. I don't know how long ago
Exactly.
you guys dated, but
It was about 10 months ago, and I'm still in love with her, even after everything that she said and done to me. I'm still in love with her.
does she know that?
I've made it known, but she blocked me on everything, and she spread a lot of like rumors that got me in trouble legally. So
Damn.
yeah,
Wow. It's crazy, bro.
yeah.
Um, so I mean, I was thinking about, like I've been thinking about recently this thing. I'm calling it in my head. I don't know where I've heard it, but it's a concept presented in a lot of fiction. And like what I'm labeling it as, and this is not an official title, is just like the clone paradox. What do you do? And there's a great show on Netflix, by the way, if you have Netflix, called Living with Yourself. That's really kind of all about this. what do you do if a clone of you who has all your memories up to that point, all your attachments to everyone, shows up at your house just thinking it's going to be a normal day? And like, like what do you do in that situation? You meet a clone of yourself who's lived your entire life the same exact way as you, and neither of you guys know which one's a clone or which one's real because both of you guys have the same exact memories.
Oh, that's actually,
And what do you do with that? How do you know
wow.
which one's real?
There's no way. That's like a moral dilemma there.
And
Obviously,
to
both of
change
them
the
are going to
moral
think you're
dilemma
real.
to, if you knew which one is the clone, what do you do with the clone? Because he still has all the same attachments. He's still
He's
in
still a
love with your
person.
wife. Like he's like, if you had a wife, he's still in love with your wife. He still loves your children, even though he's a clone. What
Wow,
do you do?
that's mind-boggling.
I've been like, I don't know what happened, but I'm a huge movie guy, as you may or may not know. And so like my friends recommended me some movies that were on Netflix, and two of them, and like they recommended me like a whole list. But I picked two of them specifically, not really knowing the plot, just picking them based off because it had like a leading actor who I was a huge fan of. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch these two. Both of them had like stuff about clones in them. And then I watched another movie that coincidentally had something about clones in it.
There was a movie, Tom Cruise and his fictional wife. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but they live their lives, and then they find out they're in like they're clones and that they're in a simulation at the end. But they're just searching and searching for this, and then at the end there's just this big moral dilemma because they're clones.
Yeah, they're the clones.
Yeah, and they didn't realize that because they stumble into this. It's so far-fetched, but like
Mm-hmm.
they stumble into this spaceship, right? And it's just thousands upon thousands of them and like holding like cryopods
Mm-hmm.
for like if one messes up, then they take that clone out and they post a new one out. And
That's insane.
it like it's been like probably 5-6 years since I've seen that movie, but I still think about it occasionally. It's like,
There are
wow, that
some
could actually,
movies that are like that just stick with you.
yeah, I could definitely see that being a thing. Like,
Something uh Chris and I talked about this week, I mean last week, kind of related to clones almost, and the ethics of how human is a clone really. We were talking about like robots on his episode a little bit. Like we were talking about like AI and what makes a robot human. And I think after I've been editing the episode and I've been listening to it, and I think after listening to that conversation, what makes a robot human is if it has the capability to have dreams and thoughts that it can produce without having a program tell it to produce thoughts.
oh yeah, definitely consciousness definitely brings
Mm-hmm.
factors to it, but I also think that it's actually having like living traits such as like organs. It
No,
has
yeah, I mean, I think if you take away the possibility of death, I think is just.
immortality is non-existent. Well,
Well, I
actually,
mean,
that's not true.
I'm talking about for a robot. Like, because robots
Okay.
theoretically could live forever.
Theoretically, yeah.
Like, if you had a charger or something, I mean, they could. You could put the program into a different vessel if you had a backup of the
Oh,
program.
100%. But
And also,
consciousness,
yeah, exactly. Here's another question I'm going to ask you. I was trying to remember this
all right.
question for so long. I asked it to Chris. I want to see what your answer is. Um. Okay, so you, let's say, I don't know, someone close to you died. I'm not gonna make it too specific in case, like, I don't want to make it too specific. But the doctor comes up to you and they say, okay, they're dead. This sucks. So either you can go pay for the funeral, or there's this new really interesting procedure where we take your, whoever's close to you's consciousness and put them inside of a computer. Now, is that just a shade of them? Is that just, whatever the computer can gather, a computer generated version of them almost, a computer generated summary of them? Or is it just still the same person who's going to automatically be like, whoa, did I just die? I have all the same memories. I feel exactly the same, but my body's in a computer. or is it a program and a different thing completely, and the original person's still just dead?
Well,
That makes sense.
there's two complete separate ways that could go. In my opinion, honestly, like with the funeral versus the consciousness, I'd like to say that I would choose the funeral, but the temptation of bringing that person back in a moment of grief would definitely make me choose the consciousness through a robot or computer.
Mhm.
But definitely, I don't think that person would be completely there. That's the computer generating information from one's thoughts. That's not that person's still dead, and they're not going to ever change that.
Yeah, it could never be the same person.
Exactly.
You just can't. I know this sounds so hokey, and I don't really believe in ghosts, but the only way I can properly explain what I'm about to say is soul. You can't take that living soul, that living brain, something that's gone through so much experience and lived so much life, and resurrect it
Exactly.
as a computer program that's going to be like the same thing. It might be something that sounds like them, looks like them, talks like them, but it's not going to be them.
Well, exactly. That's
It's a
that's it's the
program.
same. It's the same thing as if, like, of course, you're gonna love for them to be there,
Mhm.
but it's the same thing if, hey, I'm gonna FaceTime my friend. It's completely different than it is if you see them in person.
Yeah. And also,
That makes
eventually, if
sense.
you, yeah, no, totally. And eventually, if you spend enough time with that program, since that program has nowhere else to go but stay with you, since you made that decision to keep them around, you're going to start realizing, this really isn't the same person. This is just a program. There is no computer complex enough to capture the beauty of the person, the full person with all the everything that's great about them, everything that's terrible about them. When they have a bad morning, when they wake up, when they don't get enough sleep, it's just
Exactly, man. It's
yeah.
Can we go into a topic about consciousness?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. So I have this reoccurring thought that how do you know if anybody else is conscious and you're not just the only one? I think about that all the time, and it just irks me that I'll never know the answer. How would you describe that?
I mean, uh I gotta tell you that was I totally thought for a majority of my childhood it was in the back of my head that I could be in a coma.
Exactly. Like you have
Yeah.
no idea what's going on.
Like,
You
I don't
just
know. Sometimes I
I,
also think, like, what if I'm imagining this? Like, what if, like,
exactly.
I am alive and I am moving, but, like, people are, like, yelling at me to calm down because I'm a lunatic and I'm saying stuff that's not really happening.
Well, it's not just that. I'm like, honestly, you're alive, but I don't know if anybody else is. I can't tell. Like, I think I thought about this first when I was like 10 or 11. I could remember it. I was sitting in the back of my mom's car. My sister was up front, and we were just watching the road. We were quiet. We were on a road trip, and I was like, hey, in my mind, how do I know? How do I know if these people are actually a thing? Because I'm sitting
Or
there.
are they just projections of my subconscious?
Exactly, because I'll never be able to see through their eyes or think with their brain, so I don't know if they're real.
No, yeah, dude. I like my dream. Like, one thing that'd be really cool for me is to be able to wake up in someone else's body, someone else close to me, so I just want to look at myself from another person's point of view. So I can know, so then I can be like, oh, so that's what I look like when I'm walking down the halls at school. Like, I just want to be able to look at myself objectively from, another person's point of view without because I feel like when you look in the mirror, when you look at pictures, your brain skews a lot of things.
Oh, of
That
course.
makes sense?
That's why if you flip your camera, if you take a mirror picture of yourself, you're gonna think you're much uglier than you are than if you look in a picture in a mirror
Yeah.
because your brain subjects that to your own personal feelings about yourself, and
I
you're
mean,
gonna make yourself. It's scientifically proven that you think that you're more attractive than you actually are through a mirror reflection than what you actually are is what other people see you as. That makes sense.
no, it totally does. Um, but I mean, about the consciousness thing, I've never heard anyone else say, that. Like, say that they, feel the same way. about that stuff because, like, dude, there were so many times where I would just be thinking, what if I
Exactly.
really am in a, like, what if I, because there been times, and I think it is just my brain playing tricks on me, where like I always feel like I hear someone calling my name, or I feel like someone's looking at me or something, and I don't know, just these unsettling feelings where you're actually just not with anyone.
Well, yeah, no, that's completely understandable.
Hmm.
I personally, I find myself thinking about it maybe once or twice a month. It's not too much, but when I think about it, I get really in depth in my head, and I'm just thinking so hard about it. I'm like, wow, I could really be the only person. I will never be able to know other people's thoughts. I will never be able to see if those people are actual people, and
Well,
if
I
this is
mean,
not just a figment of my imagination.
what
Because
if
I
maybe
know
one
I'm
day you wake
alive.
up? What if maybe one day you wake up?
Well, I have no idea who you are.
You won't, but if you die in a dream, I mean, you can't die in a dream unless you die at the same time in real life. You know,
Theoretically.
is that really theoretical?
I mean, I've never personally died in a dream, but I've heard stories about people dying in dreams.
I've never. I mean, I feel like everyone always gets to the point in dreams where like they're either falling off the building or they're in the process of dying, like they were just shot or they were just shot with a laser in the head or whatever the crazy thing is.
Oh yeah, I've reoccurring dreams that I'm drowning,
Oh
and
yeah.
like that a big wave will just come up and sweep me under like a tsunami, and I'll right as I'm feeling the pain of drowning, and as soon as I'll just wake up right before it's over, and I'm like, wow, holy holy crap.
Yeah. No, that's dude. I mean,
We could get in we could
we should talk about meme culture or something.
okay. You said you wanted to get like philosophical with stuff, so I
No,
was like,
no, I
okay.
do want to get philosophical. I do. It's just like, what more is there to say other than like, you know, what
Consciousness
if
is
I'm in a
subjective.
coma? What if I'm in a coma right now? That's like the thing.
Yeah.
That's the
Basically,
thing. There isn't much more left to be said about that. It's just
yeah,
like, we'll find out, I guess.
the overlying thing is that consciousness is subjective. But I do have one question. Do you
Mhm.
believe in reincarnation?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't really want to ever say I believe in one thing specifically, like death related, because it's just such an unknown that I never want to be like, yep, I definitely believe in that. But I mean, it definitely could be possible, in my opinion. Like, there's so much unknown about death.
Well, yeah,
How do
very
we
few
know
people,
what happens after that happens? It could be something grand. It might just be blackness. I don't know. I haven't died yet.
very,
I'll
very
let
few
you
people
know.
have actually been pronounced dead and actually woken up. So, I mean, very few.
Very
And
few.
the
But do you think they
overarching,
got enough time to see the other side? Like to,
not really,
get a
because
sneak
after
peek of it?
after 8 minutes of clinical death, they stop trying. So do you really have enough time to be able to traverse what's going on? Because you still have somewhat brain activity when you're clinically dead.
Yeah.
Do you have enough time to traverse your thoughts and get out of your consciousness to be able to actually see what's beyond death?
That,
I don't think you do.
that's deep. I don't think so either. And like this is not I'm not coming after any religions. I'm not, but I've seen some movies about like a kid falls out of a tree and like
That's a
he
true
goes
story.
up to heaven and he sees Jesus and it's like, oh yeah, Jesus had green eyes. It's like, oh my god,
Well,
that's so specific.
well, I
I
mean,
love that.
yeah, but let I'm gonna say something, and I don't want it to be offensive,
Hmm.
but I don't know. As a non-denominational Christian, yes, I am. So I do believe in heaven. But I
Hmm.
also believe in subsidiary like places that you'd go after death if you could reincarnate and things like that, which is a derivative of the Hinduism religion and
I
things like
believe it's
that.
just like there's options. Like, it's almost like you can like choose a package when you get
Uh,
up there. You've saved X
exactly.
amount of like brownie points. Get to meet with your
Well,
like
no,
life accountant.
I definitely believe in like some Hinduism beliefs and
Mm.
some even Muslim beliefs. Things like that. I derive my spiritual and religious views off of all religions, but I'm a non-denominational Christian, is what I label myself as. But I definitely take values from that. I definitely believe that if you don't do something right in your life, you will be forced to come back and fix it. But you also, once you complete that, you can go to heaven.
Yeah, I think there is certain wrongdoings that you can't really come back and fix. For some, I'm talking about like drastic measures, like, certain, very certain, like really, really bad people.
Oh yeah.
Like, to give you an example, someone who's not terrible, but I wouldn't say necessarily deserves a second chance, is like Roman Polanski. He did a lot of stuff with a lot of kids, and then
Oh,
just
that's
kind of
exactly.
ran to France and like since I don't know. He just ran to France and no one ever caught him. He's still in, like, I'm pretty sure people still know where he is. He's directed movies still too. He was supposed to
Oh
go to
yeah.
jail and he just went to France
Well,
or
that's
something.
extradition treaties and stuff. That's completely off topic, but
Well, I don't even want to
extradition.
talk about like laws and that stuff. I'm just talking about like, I think like certain things like pedophilia and that stuff are kind of like,
Oh yeah, I definitely believe in heaven and hell. If you're a good enough
yeah.
person, you're going to go to heaven. If you're a bad enough person, you're going to go to hell. But if you're a normal person like you and I,
Hmm.
when occasionally, yeah, we'll sin, of
We'll
course.
sin, we'll make mistakes. We're
Of
human.
course, I sin on a daily basis, and I know you do too.
Everyone, I feel like, I mean, maybe not everyone,
Not
but
everybody, but a
yeah.
vast majority of the people are in that subcategory of that center gray area. That you're not too good and you're not too bad. And I feel like those are the people that could reincarnate if they felt like it, if they needed to fix something.
Yeah. If maybe like I could see if and I'm not saying be a famous director, but like one of my biggest goals in life is to direct a feature film. And when I mean feature, I don't even mean like popular feature film. I just want to be able to direct like a movie that's over an hour long. That's all I mean.
Oh,
And if I get to do one of those movies and I watch it and I'm like, this isn't really that good. I don't think I'm really cut out for this, then great. And like I'll make as many short films as I want, but I do one day want to do that. And if for some reason I don't get to do that during this lifetime, there's a chance I'd be like, that's more of a regret, I guess, and something, of
well,
wrongdoing I would need to fix. But
I mean, yeah, you should definitely strive for your goals. Like one of my personal goals, one of my personal dreams is to be an actor and a singer-songwriter, which is completely corny, but it's
oh,
something
you're cut out for it though. Like I could see
I'm
that. You got like a nice voice and like, yeah, I could see that. Dude, I make movies, so now I know if I ever need, like,
yeah.
I'm gonna start doing like some very small TikTok series. One I'll tell you about after we start recording that you might actually be interested in,
Oh yeah,
like
100%.
related to like the whole clone thing.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I will definitely let you know about that. And because it's a Zoom, it's become a lot easier to like, you know,
Get these
do remote
clips.
acting, directing, and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of. Do you like? Are you on any acting sites?
Not actually any acting sites. I do a lot of all right, so our school obviously does plays, right? I'm a theater
Mhm.
kid. Don't feel gross about it.
I won't. I
Um
know some really cool theater. My cousin's
oh my
a theater kid. She's super cool. Like I know some
yeah,
cool
no.
theater kids.
I'm not the stereotypical meme culture theater kid that's so weird. No, I'm really laid back and I actually just think I can express myself on a stage.
Mhm.
That's how I do it. And I've won local awards like our state. My state has we call it the Ray of Lights. And it's like we have actual judges. They come to every single one of our performances and they judge you based on your performance. And I think it was if you get a 5-star rating every single night, a 5-star average, you will be nominated for an award. And I've done 15 productions with my school over 6 years, and I've won 7 awards for those.
7 awards.
So yeah.
Wow. I mean that's. I mean I haven't even won like very many awards at all. But I mean 7 awards is on a different level. Have you like have you ever? I mean, you should definitely consider signing up, like just looking maybe tonight or tomorrow, just at some of those sites because you'd be shocked by the amount of things locally that are filming, and like the number. Like my old coach was an actor, and he starred in a feature, and he was like in Transformers 4 as like like a featured extra. But
Oh, nice.
but like what he said about starting out was, you want to sign up for all the sites at least, because you can't sign up for all the sites for free. Like you can sign up for free.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a big scam. It's like you can sign up for free, but like the rest of the stuff you have to pay for.
Well, yeah, you even know, um, Ben Hurlbert, he's in our GEB group chat.
Uh-huh.
Um, he's signing with a professional record deal. He signed a professional record deal.
For real?
Yeah,
How'd you find that out?
I'm really close with him.
Damn, that's awesome.
Um, yeah, he signed a record deal, and he's actually pursuing his dream at the age of 19, which I think is insane. But
19 and a record deal, dude.
yeah, it's crazy. Um, and the funny thing is, he hasn't actually had any professionally produced songs. He's done it. He got noticed through TikTok, and I think that's
Really?
amazing.
And he got a
Yeah.
record deal through TikTok too?
Yep. He told me. Well, I don't think he's actually signed it yet, but he's talking to Columbia Records. So
God damn. Columbia's like legit.
yeah, it's big. It's a big deal.
Hmm.
um, but no, he's living his dream, and I envy him for that. But that's what I want to do. And I have another friend in another TikTok group chat. His name's Tony. He's a supporting role in a movie that's Amazon Prime,
God damn.
an Amazon Prime original, and it'll drop in 2021. He's not allowed to actually give me any details about it because of confidentiality reasons.
He
But
probably signed an NDA.
oh, he definitely did. He told me he
Yeah.
did.
I've
Um,
I've signed a few of those in my day.
uh, but he's a supporting role in a very, according to him, it's very big. He's met some important actors, he said, for
Oh, I
this.
bet.
And I'm like, man, if you ever want to throw me your contacts, like, I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah, you should really, I mean, if you want to be an actor, you should definitely ask him, like, not necessarily like, oh, tell me everything, you're doing, but just be like, how'd you get from point A to point B? How'd
Well,
you start?
he definitely had some help. His dad was a Broadway performer for 20 years, so he kind of did have a little bit of a crutch there, but he definitely is very talented and gifted.
Yeah, man, like, I can say all day to you, okay, here's what you need to do to make like this scene a little bit more powerful. Here's all the stuff you need to do, and I'm an okay actor, but I would never in 1,000 years be like, in the future, if I ever actually do get the really unique opportunity to direct a movie, I would never like be like, oh yeah, and also I need to be the lead star. I'd be like,
Oh no.
I like if you need me to play someone, I'll be like the goofy best friend or something. But like if
Exactly.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
direct something, it's gonna be directing's first. Like you can't direct and be the lead character in a movie, in my opinion.
No, you can't.
And
And
I think Ben Affleck
that's
did it, and he's possibly one of the only people who I've ever seen do it successfully in what was that movie called? American Hustle?
American Hustle. I've never seen it. I've heard of it.
I don't know if it's called American. It might be called. I almost called it Wells Fargo,
No,
but
it's Margot.
who called? No one called it Wells Fargo.
I know.
Oh, it
Okay.
was it was called Argo. Yeah,
Argo?
yeah. It
Oh,
won.
yes, I have seen that movie. That's actually a very good movie.
It's really good. It won Best Picture. It won Best Adapted Screenplay. I think it won like Best
Ben
Actress,
Affleck is the
Worst
most
Actor.
gifted person. He's one of the most gifted people that I could think of.
But he's really troubled, dude. He's had a lot of issues.
Exactly, but so's Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is one of the best actors, I think,
I
of
think. I think a lot of the most troubled people are usually the most talented people.
that's because they've had those emotions. That ties right back into the XXX thing. He's one of the most gifted like songwriters, singer-songwriters of our time because he's actually been through the emotions that he's talking about.
Like, I mean,
Exactly like how is Johnny Depp going to play a drunk oh wait, yeah, he spends $50 million in a year on wine and alcohol and almost bankrupts himself for it because
It's
he
insane.
knows what it's like, and that's how he's going to get himself into that character because he
How
lives
did
that
Ben
life.
Affleck just go probably earn himself? I mean, I can't stop hearing people talk about this new movie where he plays a basketball coach, and he's an alcoholic. And yeah, I mean, I know that sounds very similar, but he used to be an alcohol like that sounds
Oh
like
no,
better.
alcohol and substance abuse overall is very, very prevalent in the celebrity world because they have so much stress. Like people think, hey, I want to be a celebrity. Hey, I honestly want to be a celebrity, but I also know that comes with the repercussions of not being able to live a normal life.
Yeah, I mean, why do you think celebrities' lives are so dramatic? It's because they're
It
all
has to
like
be.
messed up, so they make dumb decisions. That's why they
Exactly.
pick for certain stuff.
It's
You
crazy,
know?
man.
Huh?
It's crazy.
It is. Like, dude, especially um like child celebrities, dude. And now, particularly, I think. And I
I
know
feel
that's
so
kind of
bad for child
weird to say
celebrities.
in the era of like the D'Amelio sisters.
Oh my
Say
gosh.
something?
Yeah, sorry, my mic's a little far away from my mouth. Um, I feel so bad for child celebrities, especially like not just the D'Amelio sisters, because they feed their own. I mean, I don't want to say they feed their own addiction, but they definitely do have an addiction to their fame. And I feel
They
like,
like it. They definitely like it. I
oh
think
yeah,
actually what I see whenever I look at their videos is uh Dixie and the parents love to like they're eating it up. And I just feel like
Charlie
Charlie
just wants to be a bystander. That's why
yeah,
she's
Charlie
pretty.
used to, but I feel like she wishes she was Dixie, if that makes sense. Like she wishes she was just the famous girl's sister. Like I don't think she
I definitely.
that she's like the famous one.
Well,
And that she
Dixie's
had to date
famous
a
too,
17-year
but
old. What?
Dixie's famous too.
She's pretty famous. I mean, but a lot of people do make fun of
No
her.
one, no one will ever, no one on a platform like TikTok will ever pass the household name that is Charlie D'Amelio.
And that's insane too, because there are
She's
people who've
15
gotten
years
more
old.
followers, and there are people who've gotten more views, but somehow no one's ever gonna pass her. Like she just
Oh, never again. Never.
oh yeah, everyone was talking about her. I literally remember the week she premiered. Or how did that happen though?
She
Like
started
how does
in,
someone get that much attention at
yeah,
one time?
she's an attractive person.
She
An
has to be a
attractive
plant, dude.
person, and you
I
play
think she's
a plant.
a plant, an industry plant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. 100%. I have a lot of friends, like, I'm in a group chat with TikTokers I'm in a couple TikTok group chats, so I'm going to be referencing a couple ones. I'm not going to say it by name.
I'm legitimately only in one, and it's a GEB one. I know that's sad.
Um, if you've heard of Tabitha Swatosh,
I think so, yeah.
well, she's one of my mutual friends, and she's in this group chat. I mean, we all don't really talk, but the main people that are in that group chat are the main people that talk are just me, Ben, another Ben Eshrick, and Tommy Griffith.
Oh,
We're
Tommy
pretty
Griffith.
active.
That name sounds hella familiar. I don't know if
Um,
I've heard that name, but
he made he was one of the first two people to do the streaks thing.
what street sign?
Send your followers streaks,
Oh, oh.
and he did a lot of very big POVs.
I thought the streaks thing was kind of dumb. Not to say that,
I mean, it was a stupid trend.
it was. Like but
I could
not to say that
literally
your friend made a dumb trend, but like I just thought giving your
no,
Snapchat password to a stranger isn't a good idea.
literally I made a video about it. It got 130,000 likes, right?
Yeah.
It's been 3 months since I posted it, 3 months,
Mhm.
and I'm still getting like probably 1,000, 2,000 messages a day with just,
Um,
can you do my streaks? And occasionally, like one out of every 10 is just, your password is there. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I could literally steal your information. You have your phone number. and your address in there, and you're just going to give it to me. That's insane how that's a leap of faith that people are going to
Yeah,
take.
dude, like you're really giving a person a lot of information. Phone
Honestly.
number, email, like
And straight from your
age.
phone number, I have all your information, and I don't get why people can do that.
That's
The only I've trusted two people with my Snapchat password ever. One of them is my ex-girlfriend, and one of them is literally my best friend.
damn.
I don't understand how people can just like throw it out there.
Yeah. It's insane. I've given my Snapchat password to like close friends before, but I've never given it to, like just a random stranger or like some TikToker I like. Have you heard about this foreigner challenge?
No.
Good. I'm not gonna tell you about it then. I really I really don't want to corrupt your mind like that, man.
Oh no, you brought it up.
You are right though. I did bring it up technically. Okay, so it's just all these girls are, you know, um, it's like foreigner, and then like beat drops, and it's like basically their nudes, and like the
Oh,
whole controversy was kind of like a lot of younger girls were doing it.
oh yeah, no, especially with these videos that are like talking about like I saw this one trend so many times of drawing people's nudes or the pausing, the quick pause thing to the share bait. The
Yeah,
share baits. Oh my gosh, there's like so many girls that are like 15, 16 just posting their nudes. They're literally distributing child pornography, and every single person that if they had that on their phone, if they saved it to screen record it to see what
like
happens, they literally have child pornography on their phone.
they're
It's
also
so
admitting to distribution of child pornography when they're like,
exactly.
I'm gonna draw my nudes. Like,
Yeah.
dude,
Well, I
you're
mean,
putting this stuff on the internet.
not necessarily. They're admitting to possession, but I mean, not distribution, not technically. Because if you're recreating it, I guess it's completely different. But I mean, if it's an actual picture, then you're admitting to possession.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah, you know what? You're right.
But I just feel like TikTok in the last year has become way over sexualized. I honestly think it's because of I honestly really just want to say it's because of the D'Amelio sisters, Addison Rae, and the Hype House in general. They've
Dude,
made
they
it
can just
so
stand there and get
they
mad.
created they created this aura around TikTok that it's made for looks when 2 years ago, well, a year and a half ago, I posted a video of me literally throwing my mouse on Christmas Day, my first ever video. Got 50,000 likes of me just throwing my computer mouse at my phone. That was literally it. Like that was funny. Funny content was what made people a thing. Like Grandma's Coochie and Tanner and Adam Dillon. Well, Adam kind of cool still, very relevant. He's one of my mutuals too. He's a very cool guy. He's very relevant still. But so many people, Wahoney, Chris Udella, people like them, they were the hype. They were quote the hype. But the hype didn't actually start until what, Charlie? Some people created a word to describe a girl that's over sexualizing herself at the age of 15, starting at the age of 14. You know, all these girls are over sexualizing themselves under the age of 18 and
Like
on
it's
an
the
app
only
that's
way they're
basically
gonna
made for
get,
kids.
and it's the only way they're getting any. And the sad thing is, if
They
any of
do it
these
for
younger
attention.
girls try and be funny, and like I know people love to joke about like, oh, women aren't funny or whatever. If any of these
Oh,
young
there's
girls
definitely
try
some
to do
funny
anything
women.
beyond dancing and stuff, like they're not
They
really usually met. I mean, with a lot of positive reception. I mean, they're not
Oh no, I
necessarily met with
completely get it.
negative reception, but usually the videos just either don't do well or, yeah, that's pretty much it. Or maybe you get lucky and it kind of
Yeah,
does do well, but then there's going to
there's
be a ton
very
of people
few
who are like,
women. There's very few comedy-based female channels.
Soupy Time is the only one I can think of off the top of my
Subi
head.
Time. Um, Polo Girl is the only one. I don't know
Polo
her
girl? That's a
other.
real thing?
Well, her name is Lena, and she was the girl that like asked Polo to prom and stuff. They made like a chain. She's actually one of the genuinely most funny women on the app. I swear to God, she's hilarious.
No, I bet she is, but like, oh, I do have this one friend who's actually, I have a one friend. She's really small. I need to think of her name. Her name's Anna, but like I can't think of her TikTok username.
Anna Banana XDDDDD.
No, her name's something like it's something stupid. I think it's like shitted and farted or something.
It's okay. My username used to be Lil Nutstain. So
My username has always been like just my name or something. Like, does that
I
make
thought it. Oh no, I completely get it. Mine's my name now. Um,
yeah.
but that's because my manager wanted me to change it for sponsorship reasons. But
Oh, do you have a TikTok partner manager?
yeah.
Hmm. I watched do you know who Soupy Poopy 69 is?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I watched his video because he's made like a whole series on basically
Well,
every
he was one of the original hype too, and he got banned for literally expressing himself. He literally just posted two like 20-second clip of his YouTube video. He got taken down for copyright. His entire channel got taken down for copyright on his own video.
yeah.
And TikTok just reinstated him a couple months ago.
And like I mean, yeah. I don't know what else I mean, and
It's
also then they even reached out to them and they were like, "Hey, you want to be part of our TikTok creator program?"
oh no, he admitted that that was photoshopped and that it was months before it even got banned. He just didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, he did that as a joke.
He still has it in his bio though. Like, go watch my video about why I declined the TikTok partnership.
Well, yeah, because he gets asked about it every single day.
Well, I mean, I would probably. I mean, I don't know if I'd decline it.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
I got asked the same question and I declined it. Honestly, it was
I thought
very.
you just told me you have a TikTok partner manager though.
I do, but TikTok basically my manager is actually my manager through my merch company. So what he does is he gives me decisions based off of how my numbers are doing for the month, and I don't actually pay him. He takes 20% of my merch profits.
Damn. What's your
But
merch right now? You must have some good merch.
um, well, it was you know how I had the Notorious Criminal series.
Yeah.
Well, I did all 50 states, and it's just hoodies and shirts that say Notorious on them, and like some pretty cool font with a little bit of Photoshop on it. And it sold pretty well. I think like 350 units at $45 a piece.
I mean, if you don't mind me asking, where'd you find like how'd the merch guy get in touch with you and everything? Like how'd that
He emailed me.
really?
The company actually emailed me, and then I got in touch with them, and I was like, hey, so is this legit? And they were like, yeah. So they sent
Maybe
me a
I could
test.
attach my email to my account.
Oh yeah, 100%. Put your business email in your bio. That's the best thing you can do.
I don't
And
have a
also,
business email
not
as
just that,
right now.
not just excuse me.
I don't have a business email as of right now.
Okay, just put your personal email in there. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But what you need to do if you're really looking for sponsorships, you need to DM people on Instagram. Go to your explore page, find merch companies, find anybody, meme pages either. And I had a meme page with like 4 million followers asked me to promote an app that they made. They gave me $100 for it. Like you need to reach out. You can't wait for them to
So
obviously
what
putting
would
your
you what
email in
would
your
you
bio.
say during those like when you were reaching out to those companies? Like what would you text them? Just like, hey, I'm
Let
a
me
creator with this many followers. If you ever want me to promote something, or
let me scroll down to my DMs. I'll literally tell you. I'll read one to you.
all right, cool.
Um all right, here's one with Champion Sports. They declined, but they were actually the collab fab was actually a pretty good one. I did a so here's Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova. Literally DM'd them. You know what Fashion Nova is, right?
Yeah.
They have literally 20 million followers on their Instagram, and they follow 2 people. I was like, hi, my name's Evan Dayhoff, and I'm a popular TikToker with over 210,000 followers. This was a couple months ago, before I got like 40,000 more. I was like, I'm a popular TikToker with over 210,000 followers, and would like to know if you'd be interested in a promotional video to do on my channel for exposure for your content and your products. My TikTok is evan.dayhoff, and my email is blank for if you are interested. And they were like, thank you for your interest in reaching out to us, and please respond to our email at blank, because it's a personal email.
Well, I mean, so do you think are you sponsored by them now?
No.
Oh.
Fashion Nova, they paid me for a single video. Excuse me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Where were we?
I forgot. Oh, we were talking about sponsorships, and you did
All right,
one
yeah.
video for Fashion Nova.
They paid me straight up, but since I'm not a female, they didn't really have much to offer me in clothing for me to give to them, like make a video about for them to send to me and wear. I am sponsored by Clear Start right now, Clear Start face products.
Go buy some Clear Start.
Yeah, buy Clear Start at www.clearstart.com. Yeah.
You get paid for promoting them?
I do.
You do? So are you going to get paid for
Yes.
promoting them on this podcast?
Not on this podcast, no.
That's fair. This podcast isn't. It will
Basically,
get there. It'll get there, man. I'm trying. I've had the weird thing is I've had a lot of creators who have like a decent following. And I don't know, man. It's just it's just not been doing. It's not been getting the same numbers I was hoping it would get. But I think it's just a process.
oh yeah, 100%. I'm basically so what ClearStart did originally is they sent me their whole like advanced face kit, and they were like, hey, product placement. That's what we need you to do. You need to make one video using it, and then like 5 more videos product placement. I was like, okay. And that's what I did. And they paid me an undisclosed amount. I'm not actually allowed to say. But
I was not gonna ask. Don't worry. You're good.
they paid me, and now I told them, you name your price, and I'll promo you again. And yeah, that's where it goes. I mean,
That's pretty nice. I mean, it's a good deal.
actually, these big pages, like professional like companies, like big brands, name brands, will respond to you. They will respond.
That's cool.
And getting a no is better than not asking.
Yeah, I mean, at least you tried, right?
Exactly. And then you know what you can change about it, because normally they'll explain to you why they say no. They won't just be like, no. They'll explain to you in like a lengthy email against why. And then you know exactly what you're going to do to make that more appealing for the next time you ask a different company. It's
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. So I mean, it has been an hour and a half of the podcast.
I said, actually,
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
wow,
So there
it didn't
is
feel like that
something
long.
I know, right? So there is something I do on a weekly basis.
Yes, sir.
Um, with just every person. Chris really had to go, so he didn't do this, so he won't get this on his episode. So it's called the Weekly Podcast. I put a link to a Spotify podcast, and I'm gonna start doing Apple Music as well, so that everyone can listen to the Weekly Podcast. And it's just at the beginning of the episode in the intro, I recommend like 5 songs, and then you can recommend like as much songs as you really want. I'm not gonna stop you.
What's the vibe of the playlist?
I've got some Childish Gambino on there right now and some X.
All right. Let me look through my playlist real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Number one, it's a hard rap song. It's called It's by NASCAR Aloe, and it's called SPMO. And if you don't
SPMO.
SPMO, and if you don't know that song, there was like a 5-second clip that got put on TikTok, and it goes, "Stop pissing me off. I could be God." That one.
Never heard it, but I'm excited to
Really?
hear it, man.
It's really hard. It's really like a pumping song.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
It's really actually kind of funny. Sid Vicious by
Oh my God, that song's so fire.
Sid Vicious, the one that samples Lana Rhodes. Oh,
Yes, I didn't
100%.
know that because I saw the Swaco the Child post where it was like
Yeah.
Lana Rhodes had DM'd him, and like I was like, why is she DMing him about this song? I can't even tell. You know, like there's
And
nothing to do with like the song's not even called Lana Rhodes. And then I saw the video like 2 weeks later. It came up my For You page where it was like sampling Lana Rhodes.
oh,
That's
it's so funny. It's so funny. It's actually such a good song too. I
yeah,
never thought that a porn star moaning would actually
make a
make
good
a
song.
good sample.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna promote this little guy. He's got 5.4 thousand followers on or subs on YouTube. His name is Daddex, Daddex, and I encourage
DADX.
yes, and I encourage you to listen to The Long Way.
All
It's
right.
his it's by far his best song, and he uh he has a vibe like it's like a Mac Miller mixed with Lil Peep.
Oh, cool.
It's really good,
I bet.
and he makes some pretty good music. But The Long Way is by far his best song.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on, dude.
Hey,
For
anytime,
real.
man.
It was a great time. Everyone, that was my boy, Evan. But now we're signing off. I love you all and good night.